Let's take a look at the Super Eagles reality after failing to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. See, this video will be a bit long because as I did like this, I dey vex. So you people that are watching from Facebook, just check the comment section for the YouTube link to the video. So now let's get to it. Now, I see Nigerians very sad, heartbroken, and disappointed with that loss yesterday to DR Congo. But what were you expecting? What were you expecting exactly? This is the same Super Eagles that went through this route or whatever you call it. This is like hard way, the only way. You guys leave the soft way that you should have used and went to the hard way, the only way. The way which will make you like play with the mentality that where you are, it is survival of the fittest. Now we had our way against Gabon and now we fell in the hands of DR Congo. You guys are disappointed. As how? As how? With this performance and with what they played, how are you even sure if we maybe luckily we won that penalty against DR Congo? If we go and face those another continent game, how are you sure that they are even going to win and still qualify? How are you even sure? How? Now, look at our group, for crying out loud. Look at our group. We have the likes of Lesotho, South Africa, Uganda, Zimbabwe, and the likes. I can tell you for a fact that the only worthy opponent we have in this group is South Africa. The rest should have been an easy game, considering the fact that we have, I don't care what anybody will say, we have the best squad in Africa, from the defense to the midfield to the attack. For Christ's sake, we have the back-to-back African best player of the year in our team, and yet we are struggling to qualify. As how? This South Africa, we were unable to beat South Africa home and away. We can't even beat Zimbabwe. We draw against Lesotho. Benin, the first game against Benin, we were even beaten. How do you even want to qualify? So if we have this group in our plate and we can't eat it, how do you want to go and cope with the likes of England, Argentina, Portugal, Spain, France? If one of those teams is in our group, how will you cope with them with this kind of performance? With this kind of play that they are playing? They don't take this game serious. That is just the simple fact. If you like, take it or leave it. I can't even blame Eric Chef for changing some players and stuffs like that, because as a matter of fact, the other guys that played with Gabon was 3 days ago. Are they machines? The rest, can't they play? Can't they just come into the pitch of play and show the same determination, the same focus, and the same hunger to win? The only one person in our team that shows the same determination for the Super Eagles is only Osimhen, and it's even a striker. A striker cannot play the whole field by himself. If maybe he's a midfielder, we can say, okay, he can drive through the midfield, and maybe the opponent defense may be tracking down the strikers and we will use the opportunity and score and stuff like that. But this is a striker that needs the connecting football from the midfield to that attack. Because Lookman of Atalanta is not the Lookman of Super Eagles. Iwobi of Fulham is not the Iwobi of Super Eagles. Calvin of Luke, I can't even keep mentioning them. They don't bring the same profile they are in their club to Super Eagles. Look at the likes of England. England are playing all their match, winning and scoring goals. And if you look at how they play, you see that hunger in them. How they are well determined to go for that World Cup. It's as if a student is admitted in the higher institution, a student that has the dream of qualifying, of graduating with a first class. From the very first day you step into the university in your 100 level, you should be able to get at least 4.8, 4.9 foundation of your CGPA to at least build on that as you progress for you to get that first class when you graduate. But what happens to that same student in that 100 level? Out of 12 courses, you have 7 carryovers. How will that student get that first class when he wants to graduate? That is what is happening to the Super Eagles. When they were supposed to do that work, when they were supposed to be serious, when they were supposed to take this qualifying matches serious and win those games, they didn't. They took it with levity. They were playing and doing some kind of big boys on the pitch. Only at the dying minute. Only at the dying minute, they now start taking it serious. And at that time, it was late already. Now, instead, they leave the easiest route and they now went to follow the hardest way. You think it will be easy? It will be easy. We are supposed to be among the teams right now that are playing friendlies. Now we are fighting to qualify. What we should have forgotten and left long time ago, forgot. See, as a matter of fact, the reality is, let me tell you this, the reality is, if Nigeria players doesn't come together in one mind to play for the Super Eagles, like they are determined, they are focused, the energy, everything, their mindset is to win and take this our football to a greater height, we can never go anywhere in this football. We can never go anywhere. Look at other countries. Look at when Portugal is playing. Look at when Spain is playing. They play with their whole mind, with their whole self, you will see that determination in them that they want to win, not mind anything they want to face. No be Portugal beat person 9-1. Didn't we have the players to do that? But no, we won't. They will not just be serious. That is just the reality. Let's face it. Let's call a spade a spade. If we were serious from the beginning of this qualifier, we wouldn't be here at this point, fighting and being disappointed, being heartbroken. We won't be here at the first place. So the reality right now is the day Nigeria players come together to play as one, in one mind, determined, focused, that is when our football will go forward. But if not, I'm sorry to say, we will still remain here and be heartbroken continuously.